Well, hey, everybody, I'm Paul Gross. We have a lot to explain. Down and dirty, we have a flood watch in effect until Wednesday. So, first of all, rain is going to be a real concern. And not necessarily bad news, but we have temperatures that are going to probably exceed our records for the day on Tuesday. So we'll break it all down for you. And basically, to sum up the next 3 days, it's just going to be batch after batch of rain coming through. So there'll be a batch with pounding rain, and then there'll be kind of a slowdown of the rain. So watch. So here's the first batch that's going to come in this afternoon ahead of this warm front. That's the front edge of the warm air. So we're going to be in the 30s and only kind of grinding our way through the 40s this afternoon. But as soon as this comes through, we pop into the 50s. But also, we pop into much juicier air. So next batch of rain comes in overnight tonight. That's a pretty solid batch. Could even be some thunder and lightning. There's a break, and then here's the next batch coming in midday tomorrow. So there's another batch coming in after that. This is going to start Wednesday evening and continue for a good part of the night until this front gets far enough east that we finally dry out and cool off on Wednesday behind this front. In fact, temps are going to fall on Wednesday. It'll be warmer when you head to work than when you head home. But before that happens, we have record highs probably for tomorrow. And we also have a boatload of rain. So by tomorrow morning, this is by Tuesday morning, we have roughly a ½ to an inch of rain that has accumulated across the area. As additional batches come in by tomorrow evening, we're now looking at 1 to perhaps an inch and a half of rain, maybe more than that to the far south. Then as we get into the day on Wednesday, after all of this moves through, this computer model is suggesting that many of us could be over 2 inches of rain. You combine the frozen ground with snow that still has to melt. That's extra water. You can now see why we have a big flood concern. Rivers and streams are going to rise. And also, if you live in areas where it's kind of a low spot where water tends to collect, those are going to be prime spots for the flooding. Because, again, the ground is frozen. You can't soak up any of that water. It just, wherever gravity says it goes, it goes. So for today, as I mentioned, rising through the 40s this afternoon. But then watch what happens. Into the evening, we actually rise then into the 50s. Those temps will go up through midnight and then kind of level off and stay steady for the rest of the night. The warm air comes in first to the south, latest several hours later to the north. So we already talked about the next 3 days. Again, Wednesday temps, by the time you wake up, probably in the 40s, but dropping into the 30s by the end of the day. And then beyond that, guess what? We still have more rain chances coming Friday and Sunday.